Hi. So I am here with, this is Frederick. Frederick got decapitated. He's like a 4-foot little guy, big guy that I have hanging out outside that he's been known to appear creepy. But you know, he kind of has like a version of a gnome, but he's not really. But then I thought I match him, the dog matches him, you know, like it's just, he's part of the Christmas family. And just in all my weirdness and my imperfections, I wanted to send you a message. You're going to hear more from me in the next couple days on what's been going on. But I just wanted to send you a message because I was getting video happy. And I wanted you to think about, do you remember when you chose your word for 2024? My question to you would be, now that we're coming up to the solstice on Saturday, it's a perfect time. We just have a full moon, right? And now we have the solstice, and then we have a new moon the week after, and then New Year's, right? And so like the next 2 weeks, which it probably is a very natural time for you to pause, to take a look at what's gone on in the past 12 months and what you want it to look like in the future. And you and I met up, I think it was in February. And so you might not have done this last December, or you might have. But if you didn't, what I'm asking you is to maybe look at your word. How did it affect you? Where were changes made? And, you know, what does it mean to you looking back? And then, knowing what you know, what is your word going to be for 2025? As I ask you that, I am including, like, you're going to get this thing. Anyways, I'll just leave it at that. You're going to get this thing in the next couple days. And in it, we are doing a workshop thing, video thing. You can do it in your own time on choosing your word for 2025. And I just wanted to quickly, if I don't even know how to talk quickly, but my word, I want to share with you, my word was uncomfortable. And in all of life's perfectly peculiar ways, I did so many uncomfortable things. And my deal was, when I hit a fork in the road, would I go back to sitting on my couch, which I call my comfort zone, whatever that is, in the situation, my old ways, and it still could have, I could have hung on to my old ways, but not if they were like rigid, closed-minded. It was their space to step into, maybe that's not true. Maybe what I've done for 54 years just doesn't work for me anymore. It's uncomfortable. And so I made a pact with myself, kind of that piece of not betraying myself. I made a pact with myself last December that when I hit a fork in the road and I desire to go sit on the couch and just cozy up in my 4 walls and my walls of my thoughts and what I feel is right, I promised myself that I would step into uncomfortable to the point I would know it was uncomfortable when I'd feel like I would go, can I go left? That's comfy. If I go right, I literally feel like I'm crawling out of my skin. And I did that so many times, and it was, oh my God, so uncomfortable. But what I find so perfectly peculiar is probably my biggest chunk of uncomfortableness last year or this year was going on that Camino, and the uncomfortableness of going to a country where I didn't know the language, walking into cities and towns and on this path by myself into places I hadn't been, finding where I sleep, what I eat, trying new foods, meeting people, again, working through different language barriers because it wasn't just Portuguese or Spanish, it was like Italian and Croatian. Anyways, sorry, it lost me for a second. But there were just so many uncomfortable things. Like even going in the water, like I insisted to myself, I said, I'm going to go in the water. And it was so cold. That Pacific was like, oh my God. The North, it was just so cold. When I got to the end of the earth, which was at the very tip of Spain, and I went against the barriers that they had there, and I climbed down this big rocky islandy thing, and I'm there by myself, and I'm literally like, oh my God, if I wipe out, if I break an ankle, if I do anything, nobody gives a hoot what I do. But I just had these things, these gers in me, and the gers in me were these really neat pieces because they were pieces that probably have always been there, but I had practiced quieting them. It was like, I feel like since I was very, very little, it was like, no, Andrea. No, that's too loud. No, Andrea, you're too much. No, Andrea, don't do that. No, Andrea, you're disrespectful. No, you know, like it was constantly. And so that little quiet voice that forever and a day has been with me, it's the wildest thing that because I chose that word and honored it, I was able to open up that piece inside of me that's always been there. There's nothing new. It's just there. And so therefore, by doing that, I stepped into a piece of freedom that I've never had in my life. And you don't have to go to the Camino to do it. For me, it always seems like I gotta do things really extreme to like get through my noggin. But whatever that might be and whatever kind of floats your boat, and yours is totally different. But I think I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to have many more chats with you guys if you so choose to engage in them. You're going to see it's coming up, and it's these sort of things that we're going to talk more about, and yeah, and step into who you are now. See you soon.